There's something wild about life that you only notice once you stop trying so hard. The moment you let go, everything you've been chasing starts finding you on its own. It isn't magic or luck. It's simply how energy works, how life flows beneath all the noise we create in our minds. When you cling too tightly to something, when you need it, your energy turns rigid. You start blocking the very thing you desire. It's like trying to catch a river with clenched fists. The harder you squeeze, the more the water slips away. Think back to the moments when you desperately wanted something: love, success, answers. The harder you pushed, the farther it drifted. But when you were exhausted, when you finally said, "Whatever happens, happens," suddenly doors opened, opportunities appeared, people showed up. That isn't coincidence. When you release the need for it, your energy shifts from scarcity to trust, and life always responds better to trust than to fear. Need says, "I don't have this, and I doubt I ever will." Letting go says, "I'm already whole. If it comes, wonderful. If not, I'm still whole." That subtle shift changes the entire game. Many don't realize that letting go isn't surrender. It's stepping aside so life can work for you, not against you. When you keep trying to control every outcome, you're moving out of fear. Fear that it won't happen. Fear that you're not enough. Fear that if you pause, everything collapses. But that's the trap. Life isn't built on force. Life is built on flow. Notice how the best things arrive when you're simply living, present in the moment, not checking the clock, not squeezing the future so hard you can't breathe. Think about it. The friendships that lasted, you never forced them. The life-changing breaks, you stumbled into them while doing your thing, not begging the world to notice you. The moments when you felt truly alive weren't scheduled or manufactured. They were lived. Life responds not to your effort, but to your energy. And your energy is purest, clearest, and most magnetic when you're at peace with yourself. Neither needy nor frantic, but trusting. When you trust, you're in harmony. And what's meant for you doesn't need chasing, it arrives. Here's what's rarely said. The harder you chase certainty, the more chaos you create. The urge to figure everything out right now, to get answers immediately, shuts you off from paths you can't yet see. Life has an intelligence deeper than your plans. It weaves openings, meetings, chances your mind could never arrange. Cling to a single idea of how it all must unfold, and you become blind to the better routes life is trying to show you. Remember times when something fell apart and you panicked, thinking it was the worst thing that could happen, only to realize months later it was the best thing that ever happened to you. That's no accident. It's life answering your deeper needs, not your surface fears. The more you loosen your grip, the more you release the need for a specific result on a specific timeline, the more room you create for something even better. Trust isn't passivity. Trust is power. Trust says, "I'm fully here, but I'm not desperately waiting for life to look exactly as I imagined." It's moving forward without the heavy chains of expectation. Embody that, and people respond differently. Opportunities flow easier, and without fighting so hard, the things you once battled for unfold with less resistance and more magic. The energy of trust isn't frantic, it's magnetic, and life always mirrors the energy you bring. Most people don't trust life because they were taught to trust fear more than possibility. From childhood, we're trained to prepare for disaster, expect betrayal, guard against disappointment. Trust feels unsafe, reckless, like standing at the edge of a cliff with no rope. But here's the hidden truth. You're already standing at that cliff, and always have been. Life has never been under control. All the planning, micromanaging, anxiety, just the illusion of safety. Real safety is learning to ride the waves, not dam the ocean. It's staying alive inside the chaos, not fighting it, not begging it to calm, but moving with it, like a dance you've always known. When you lean into trust, you don't stop caring about your dreams, you stop wrenching them into existence. You stop suffocating them with pressure and understand that what's destined for you isn't fragile. It doesn't need your tighter grip. It needs your open palms and open heart, not clenched fists. Everything you're forcing, people, goals, you're blocking by gripping with fear instead of greeting with trust. The instant you loosen, when you say, "I trust life to lead me where I'm meant to be," everything starts moving faster, softer, more naturally, because you're no longer standing in your own way. Most of your struggles aren't because you're doing the wrong thing. They arise because you're doing it with tension, fear, and a voice whispering, "If I don't make this happen, I'll lose everything." You squeeze harder, panic when results don't appear right away, and think you're failing when really you're just forcing. Life doesn't answer force, it answers harmony. Act from fear, and you create resistance. Act from trust, and you create momentum. Think of someone effortlessly magnetic, not because they're trying, not because they're desperate, but because they're relaxed, trusting themselves, their path, life. They seem to carry a different energy field. You can have that too. You don't need to become better, stronger, more impressive. You need to become lighter. Remember, you're already enough without cramming life into a perfect schedule. When you stop controlling every outcome, the results you desire flow to you like a river once the stones are cleared. The less you panic, the more you open. The less you chase, the more you attract. The less you squeeze, the more you grow. This isn't about less action. It's about a different being. You become a calmer, wiser version of yourself, not because you forced it, but because you allowed trust. That's the paradox. The more you loosen your grip, the stronger your results become. It almost feels unfair. You hustle, scramble, control every detail, and things slip away. Yet the moment you release, the right opportunities, people, and moments come straight to you. It isn't magic. It's energy. When you're desperate, people sense it, even if you smile and say the right words. That please energy repels. Stop depending on outcomes to define you, and you move differently, speak differently, enter rooms differently. You no longer need things to happen. You choose them from power, not survival. That inner shift changes everything. Life reflects your inner state. Doubt constantly, and life throws obstacles to test you. Trust, and life opens doors you never knew existed. It's a silent pact with reality. I trust you to unfold. You trust me to show up. You don't wake up panicked about when and how your dreams will manifest. You wake excited because you know they're already on the way. You walk lighter because the weight of needing instant results is gone. You become magnetic, not by chasing, but by already belonging to a larger life. That's where the true winners live. Not in the race for control, but in the dance of trust. You believe delays are preparation, missed chances are protection, and what's meant for you is moving towards you, even if you can't see it. It's the hidden advantage most people never tap. Trust is the shortcut they've been searching for. When you trust life, you stop imposing deadlines that aren't yours to set. Most are obsessed with speed. It has to happen now, or I've failed. But speed is meaningless if you're racing toward the wrong goal. Trust is the art of letting the right things take shape, sometimes slower than your ego prefers. What you force often breaks. What you trust builds stronger than you could design. The most significant things, the ones that changed you, likely didn't follow your schedule. They arrived in their own time, in ways you couldn't plan. A friendship from nowhere, an opportunity you never applied for, a door opening when you'd stopped looking. That's what life does when you stop shouting, "Where is it?" and start whispering, "I'm ready when you are." Your life has a rhythm far bigger than the pressure you feel right now. Enter trust, and you align with that rhythm. You stop interrupting blessings with fear. Stop sprinting where you're not meant to be. Stop shrinking when things deviate from your script. You let life surprise you in the best ways because you believe the unseen working for you is stronger than the seen working against you. Live this way and people notice. They see you walk differently, speak differently, radiate a calm they can't explain. They wonder what changed. You know, it isn't luck or magic. It's trust, real trust, saying, I'm not chasing, I'm aligning. I'm not demanding, I'm preparing. I'm not panicking, I'm receiving. Life stops being a battle and becomes a beautiful conversation you're finally patient enough to hear. Here's the quiet secret you grasp when you trust life deeply. You're not missing out, falling behind, or wasting time. You're simply letting yourself breathe in a world that's always gasping for the next big thing. Those who chase every shiny moment usually miss the real opportunities, because real opportunities don't shout for attention, they whisper. Trusting life isn't inaction. It's living so that your calm becomes more magnetic than your panic. The right people, moments, and paths begin linking with you naturally, not because you forced them, but because you made space. You start noticing it in the little things. A call you'd stopped expecting suddenly arrives. The opportunity you once begged for is replaced by a better one. A connection you thought lost returns on stronger terms. Life rewards those who trust it with open hands, not clenched fists. With quiet confidence, not frantic motion. The less you force, the faster everything unfolds. The less you obsess, the more naturally it finds you. When you're not anchored in fear, you move differently, speak differently, emit something that draws people and possibilities. That's why truly evolved people possess an unspoken calm. They're not rushing to prove their worth or scrambling to earn what's already on its way. And that can be you, starting today. If you're tired of chasing, if you're ready to feel the strength that appears when you stop forcing what isn't yours, now is the time. Choose trust. Choose quiet harmony. Choose to believe life isn't working against you. It's preparing something better than you imagine. If this video moved you, if you're ready to let go and move differently from today on, type harmony in the comments below. Let's see how many of us step into a new kind of strength together. Quiet, calm, confident, harmonious. Your next chapter doesn't begin with more chasing. It begins with more trust.